everybody and welcome back to my channel. Look what we're doing today. Oh my goodness, if it's not spoopy season, I don't know what is. So I have no idea how I'm titling this, but I firmly believe that this is kind of like two-faced or revealing a evil side of you. I don't know, but I will say if Pennywise had a fabulous stepsister, it'd be this look. So if you want to see how I get this look and snag some techniques on some just in general Halloween looks, then let's get started. Alright guys, so let's get started, and I'm going to start off with my e.l.f. putty primer. This one's the luminous one, and I am thoroughly enjoying it because it is somewhat like the silk canvas, and I'm all about finding a dupe if I can. So I would definitely recommend trying this guy out. But I'm gonna go through and really kind of press this into the areas I know have texture. So for today's look, we are doing a fun half situation, and I do have a reference image, so I will make sure and tag that person below, but also show you right now, just so I can get an idea. People have done this over and over, so who knows who the originator is, but this is the image I'm going off of, and I don't know, Beauty Bay posted them. Let's do it. I'm actually gonna start off by actually sectioning my face with a brow pencil. And the one I like to use is the e.l.f. Pencil, and I believe this is just my brow color, but I don't know what color it is. That's interesting. So I'm gonna take this. I want enough room on my forehead to be able to do the lines, and I want to make sure I get all of my brow in this as well. So let's do that, and then I want this to come across and get the rest of my nose, because I want to make sure and be able to do a cute clown nose. Anytime you're doing fun makeup like this and you're trying to get a good image, always think about the final shot. So for me, I want to be able to see the pulling up that I'm going to create with this. So yeah, that goes for any look. So I think I've got a good shape down. One side is gonna have a full clown situation, and the other side's gonna be just neutral. Let's start with the clown and then we'll add on. So I'm gonna start off with the Morphe concealer in, let me see, it's just 0. And so I'm going to just do this around the eye area and up here, so that we have a good base, and we are nice and white there. Now this stuff is matte, so just keep that in mind when you go to work with it. And it also dries really fast, so work fast, or just, you know, lay it down, blend it out, lay it down, blend it out. So what I'm doing now is just going through and honestly just using my finger, because between my moisturizer and the primer, I can still kind of move this around and erase what I want to get rid of. So that's also a plus with using a cream. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I gotta stop. I could blend all day. Okay. So next I'm gonna go in and set my face, and I am actually gonna use the Jeffree Star Cremated palette. She's perfect for this look since we're doing kind of that monochromatic Pennywise. So I'm gonna go in and make sure and set, and I'm gonna use this eyeshadow because it is so pigmented and will help make sure nothing moves as well. For the eyes, I'm actually going to start off with brow, and I'm actually gonna use this P. Louise base, and the color is taking you to the dark side, I think is what it's called. Anyway, and I'm gonna first do my brows like I said, and I want just a angled brush, I think, or even just a flat brush. So what I want to do is do some expressive brows. So I just want the tiniest bit of product. So I want to just follow my brow and then just kind of create a little bit more exaggeration. And I'll go in later and block out a little bit of the brow. Okay, so now I am going to go through and take some of this concealer and just go over ever so slightly. And I'm using that Morphe concealer that we were using before. And I think I want a very tiny blending brush so that I can just go through and blend this out instead of using a sponge that's a little too big for this area. Okay, so I am then gonna go back into that dark side P. Louise base and I'm gonna begin the smoky eye. And I'm gonna start by packing this on at the lash line and working my way up. This smoky eye is relatively simple because the cremated palette in this base makes this so easy. So I'm gonna work my way up. I'm gonna create that winged out shape. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the cremated palette. And any palette that has gray tones will work. So it doesn't have to be this one, but this one sure does make life easier when you're going into gray tones like this. And I'm still using the same tool I was using for my brow, which is the Bellum Tools 783. Then I'm gonna get a new brush that's a little fluffier, and this is a Bellum Tools 785. And I wanna go into a lighter gray, so I'm gonna go into Life Insurance, and I'm gonna begin blending this out. So now I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the Wednesday. So next, I'm gonna go into Angel of Death, and this is a very beautiful shiny black. And I'm going to pack this on the outer edge of the lid with my finger, because all of Jeffrey's more metallic stuff, or just all metallics in general, are applied best with fingers. Look at that. Crazy. And then I'm gonna go in with Pallbearer. This is that silvery gray, and I wanna put that right in that mid-lid area. Let me see what Diamond Ashes, this really light white, does. We need to do that lower lash line. Go ahead and get that out of the way. So let's go ahead and do what we did on the top on the bottom. So I'm gonna take the brush that I used to pack on the P. Louise base and grab some of that Pallbearer color. No, Hearse is the name of the color. So I'm taking a little smudger brush. This is a Sigma E55, and I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna start light. So I'm gonna go into Life Insurance, and then I'll go in and go a little darker. I just wanna see how everything reads first. And then let's go into Wednesday. And then I'm gonna go into Gravedigger. And going back into the darker color, Hearse. Look at that blend. So before I go through and do all this stuff, I want to go ahead and get the Pennywise eye situation going. I'm going to take a detailed brush and I'm going to create that line just so I can make sure that I'm happy with where I'm putting it. So I know that I want a line here. And I know that I want it to go here and go out. And go here. Yeah, so I am just using eyeshadows. I'm just picking up the Hearse color that's in that cremated palette, and then I want to give the illusion that it's going down my eye here, and you'll see why I want this, because we're going to add some rhinestones, and boy am I excited. So I am going in with the P. Louise base and just seeing, because I may want to add rhinestones on the outside here, and then up. So let's play and see. Or I may want to take them all the way through. We'll see. Your girl just can't decide. That's the problem. So I have got 3 colors of stones here. I have black, and I have this like steel gray, which are super tiny, and then I have bigger, more just like crystal looking stones. So I think what I want to do is actually just kind of vary them and just make it a really pretty collage, if you will, of stones. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to paint this all over and then begin just packing them on. And this is my favorite lash glue at the moment. It does wonders. So let me grab my little tool, this guy here, and yeah, we're just gonna start grabbing stones. I think I'm gonna start with a bigger stone first. I think we should just go ahead and begin finishing up this side of the face. So let's go ahead and add some liner and some lashes. I'm just going to take my Stila liquid liner and stamp the lash line out. I don't want a winged liner today. Alright, and then today for lashes, I'm going to be putting on the Makeup Geek lashes. They come in the best box, and they're at Target. What? And I'm going to be putting the style Isabella on while we wait for this to dry. I would love to know what everybody is doing for Halloween. I know we are in different times, but any ideas on what to do would be fantastic. Definitely some pumpkin carving. You can still do that. You can grab some pumpkins from the grocery store and do that. But I know Halloween isn't necessarily canceled, so we might be able to do some fun stuff. Okay, so now that we're done on this side, let's go ahead and start thinking about this side. I do know I want to transition, and so I need to put some shadow down. So I think what I'm gonna do is start off with a very tiny blending brush, and I'm gonna go around the edges. So I'm gonna start with the Morphe M515, and this is one of those that is my go-to as far as detailing. And this is gonna take a while, so what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna explain what I'm doing and then we'll just move on. I'm gonna go around the edge of this, and I don't want it to be too dark, but what I want it to look like is it's, there's depth happening, and I don't want to go solid black because it ends up kind of just looking like a sticker instead of looking like actual depth. So what I'm going to do is take this all the way around the outside, and then I'll highlight on the edge after I get my foundation on, so that it looks like it's got some dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll swing over, and I won't make you watch all that, but this is essentially what it is going through and just blending out that edge. So we'll do that. All right, so we've got an outline. She's looking decent. So I am going to go into the other side of my face. So what I want to do is take the Dior foundation, and we are going to, I'm just going to take a small amount because I'm clearly not covering my whole face this time around. And I'm going to go through and just begin to place this where I need it. This Dior foundation is one of my faves. I'm just going to go through and blend this out. I'll have to use something a little bit more detailed there, closer to the actual cutout. So taking one of those more flat foundation brushes. Ooh. I'm gonna go through, make sure and get into all those little areas. So yeah, let's go ahead and add some let's go ahead and add some concealer. The Urban Decay Naked Concealer is what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna put a little where I'll need it. And I do want a little bit more coverage, more than normal anyway, just so we cover our bases. So let's go ahead and get those brows going. And I'm just gonna do a good old natural brow. And I'm using the Hourglass Precise Brow Pencil. And I am using the color Platinum. I know this is not a beauty video, but, well, you know, normal beauty video. This is clearly a little more than just your everyday, but this pencil is my absolute favorite for blondes. And then I'll put just a touch of brow gel so we have a little bit of texture. And this is the e.l.f. gel. I'll just stick with the, because this has just a few muted tones, so I think we're just gonna make this a cremated video, essentially. Because the edges that I did here are also cremated. I used the color, I wanted to go more blue tone, so I went with Wednesday. Let's start with obituary. A Flurfy brush, the M433. I'm just gonna give myself a little... Nice, yeah, this is gonna be nice and soft. And I don't wanna do too much because, again, I don't wanna overpower what's happening on the other side. Very light. I'm digging it. And then I'm gonna pick up the color Last Respects, which is this just a little bit deeper in the same tone pretty much. I'm gonna deepen up that outer edge. I absolutely love this palette. I haven't really had the chance to go through and, well, I've had plenty of chances to play with this palette, but I haven't taken the time to do just a natural look with this. Honey. Cool toned who? And then I'm taking one of the prettiest, shiniest colors, Afterlife. This color, let me show you. Look at that. It's just ridiculous how amazing this color is. I'm gonna add that to the lid just to give us a little interest. And then let's do a little nude liner. I'm gonna take the best nude liner, which is Stila. Not that you can see what that says because it's so bright, but I'm gonna pop this into my waterline. I want to do the same thing that I did, which is go through and just take a felt tip liner, if I can find where I put it, and stamp that into my lash line, just so I have something that always just helps make everything look cohesive and helps the lash band not be so obvious. So, cool. And then we're gonna add on the Makeup Geek lashes. Down, girl. I think also, I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I want to ombre this lip really quick, just to give it a little more interest. So I just took that Morphe concealer. Boom. Okay, these lashes are gonna end up setting on themselves. Gotta stop with that. Okay, so let's add some contour. I am gonna use the Huda Beauty one today, and I'm gonna use her in a couple ways that you might not expect. So, this is the Huda Beauty Tantour. This is what she looks like. And I am going to grab my handy dandy Bellum Tools brush. This is in the 960. And I love this brush so much. So I think I'm just gonna go in with my KKW Very Graceful blush. Pop that in right in here. It's a beautiful color. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And then I want to highlight, and I'm actually gonna go in with Afterlife from the Jeffree Star palette. This looks like. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, so Pennywise's nose is just kind of straight across. So I'm gonna do that with black. So we'll take that P. Louise base again and just go for it. I think the next part is what I was talking about with using the Huda Beauty stuff just a little bit differently. So I actually want to make it look like my skin is being stretched, as if this is like being revealed from my face, which is obviously what was in the reference image as well. So I am going to take an angled brush, and I'm actually going to pick up some of this Tantour, because you want to use more of a contour shade. You don't really want to go in with black or anything like that. And so I want it to go from skinny, thick, skinny. As we round that corner, start it here, just so we can see it a little more. There we go. That's the placement I wanted. I'm gonna have these tendrils down, so I want to be able to see it a little bit, and it not be hidden. There we go. Then I'm gonna take that same concealer mixture and just go along and highlight. I'm also, one more thing, and then I promise we're done. I'm gonna take the concealer mixture, so the Urban Decay and the Morphe concealer, and I'm gonna take a very, very, very precise brush. We'll see how this goes. And I want to just highlights like this. And this is just gonna give it that like, oh, interesting kind of situation. It's just gonna make it look more lived in, if that's even possible, because it's so unnatural. Because again, where there is a contour, there will always be a highlight. And I don't really mind if this is a little bit uneven, because it will give it more of a jagged edge. Not sure why lately, every time I finish a look, my nose is running. All right, I'll floof my hair and we will finish off this video. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope that you learned some new techniques and enjoyed this look, and if you recreate it, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and tag me. I want to see your looks. So yeah, I'm feeling this, and honestly, this might need to be busted out for Halloween. So tag me in your Halloween looks, tag me if you recreate this, and if this video earned your subscription, thank you and welcome. I am so honored that you're here. It means the world. And yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. You know, they're the same word. Don't hate me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I know I